to reports from multiple news outlets. His former sister-in-law alleges that Hegseth's wife was terrified he would abuse her to the point where she and her sister had a code to text each other if her husband became violent, and she feared for her safety.
Donald Trump just got roasted in the most epic way imaginable by none other than George Clooney and Jimmy Kimmel. It was glorious, it was savage, and it was absolutely brutal. First, Clooney took a break from being effortlessly cool to rip into Trump like he was reviewing a terrible movie. Then Kimmel followed up with some of the sharpest, funniest jabs you'll ever hear. So savage, even Fox News might pretend they didn't hear them. If you love seeing Trump get lit up by Hollywood's finest, grab your popcorn because this breakdown is chef's kiss.
Tonight is a special night at the White House. It's Donald and Melania's 20th wedding anniversary. 20 years is a long time, especially for Melania. This morning, Trump paid tribute to his longest-serving wife by reposting this AI image of himself with a lion.
Clooney and Kimmel absolutely destroyed Donald Trump. It was a masterclass in comedy, like watching a 5-star meal demolish a soggy McDonald's burger. Clooney, the Hollywood silver fox with more Oscars than Trump has lawsuits, sat back with the calm of someone who's actually won in life, while Trump floundered in the backseat of failure. And then there's Jimmy Kimmel, the man who's practically a PhD in roasting Trump. If Trump is a clown, Kimmel is the entire circus. The best seat in the house? Front row. Now let's break it down. Clooney, who Trump once called not very smart, came back with a response that was as satisfying as a perfect burn.
In 5 words?
I can't.
Too many words.
It's 4 too many words. I think just ultimately in over his head, in a devastating way, unqualified.
That's a good.
Trump, the self-proclaimed genius, failed at running a casino, a place where people literally pay to lose money. Seriously, how bad do you have to be at business to mess that up? Clooney then went for the jugular, calling Trump a knucklehead, which frankly is being way too kind. A knucklehead at least has a functioning knuckle. Trump's the kind of guy who'd walk into a revolving door and still get stuck. The type who'd put on Velcro shoes and somehow tie them in a knot. That's Trump in a nutshell. And Clooney didn't stop there. He pulled out an umbrella, set up a whole canopy, and invited the world to watch his roast. He even joked about Trump's spelling errors, saying Trump's social media posts are like a malfunctioning Roomba trying to write a sentence. Then came the ultimate burn. Clooney called Trump a dumb fray. Not dumb, but a state of being. A noun, a verb, a tragic comedy all rolled into one. If you weren't crying from laughter, you probably should be. The internet exploded with memes, and someone even made a fake dictionary entry for dumb fray. Brilliant.
Make stuff up about him, I'd start telling people he wears diapers. I would explain that it's a long trial. He drinks a lot of Diet Cokes to stay awake. He's getting up there in years, and it's perfectly normal for a man of Trump's age and carriage to wear absorbent undergarments to stop the leaks. So, I mean, if I was making stuff up, that I would point out that the reason he stands like this and golfs like this and plays tennis like this is because he has a full diaper strapped around his little mushroom garden. Okay.
And of course, Jimmy Kimmel was in rare form, sharpening his knives and going straight for the heart. He compared Trump's intelligence to a half-eaten bag of Cheetos left in the sun. Both are orange, both crumble under pressure, and both leave a mess wherever they go. Kimmel even made the comparison between Trump's ideas and those same Cheetos: stale, full of artificial flavor, and too addictive for the wrong crowd. And just like that forgotten, soggy Cheeto, America might be thinking, yeah, it's time to toss this one.
No. He was just this knucklehead. I knew him before he was, a president. He was just a guy who was chasing girls. Every time you went out, he'd come over and be like, what's the name of that?
Then came the savage moment when Clooney, sipping what we can only imagine is a $500 bottle of tequila, called Trump a dumb fray again, unleashing one of the best burns of the year. As he sat back, Clooney casually made a joke about Trump's obsession with gold, comparing his taste to a used car salesman with an unlimited budget. And that gold-plated toilet, Clooney nailed it. Trump's aesthetic is like Vegas casinos meeting your grandma's living room with a sprinkle of "I ordered this from Wish."
Every mistake now he'll claim was AI. Eric, Don Jr. He said artificial intelligence was used by them against me in their videos of me. Can't do that, Joe. which the idea that Joe Biden did that. I mean, Joe Biden can't unlock his phone without accidentally taking 3 pictures. I mean, let's be honest. Joe Biden, don't worry about Joe Biden using AI. Worry about us using AI, because we will not use it subtly. We will use it to make you look like a chubby German boy eating pudding by himself, or a human chicken McNugget, or the god of diarrhea.
But Kimmel wasn't done. He cracked that Trump's idea of sophistication was putting ketchup on a steak and drinking Diet Coke from a wine glass. At this point, Trump's life choices have gotten so tragic, they deserve a Shakespearean play titled The Tragedy of Donald, filled with gold toilets, bankruptcies, and broken dreams. Then came the savage punchlines about Trump's endless legal troubles. Clooney said Trump has more lawsuits than marriages. And let's be honest, that's saying something. Kimmel chimed in that Trump's legal team is the only group working harder than his hairstylist. But the real zinger? Clooney claimed Trump's biggest fear isn't prison. It's a room full of people not laughing at his jokes. Let's face it, Trump thinks he's hilarious, but he's the kind of guy who tells jokes like your uncle at Thanksgiving and expects everyone to fake laugh to avoid awkwardness.
Every time.
And by every time, he means no times. He loves telling this made-up story. Never did I ever stand on the sidewalk to greet Donald Trump or any guests. Never happened to... You guys here in the studio have been out on that sidewalk. You think I'm going out there? No way. Our guests don't even come in from the sidewalk. They come in through the alley in the back, where I also don't stand out there to greet them. The only time I've ever walked out on the sidewalk for Donald Trump was to urinate on his Star on the Walk of Fame.
When Clooney dug into Trump's latest meltdown, he didn't pull punches. He called him a malfunctioning AI, only powered by Diet Coke and rage. And let's not forget the gold-plated train wreck of Trump's entire defense strategy. Whether it's about classified documents or fraud, it's always some excuse as flimsy as a 5-year-old's attempt to lie about stealing cookies. And don't get me started on the hypocrisy. Trump spent years pretending to be a self-made billionaire, while the numbers tell a very different story. Failed casinos, a scam university, bankruptcies galore, and even a failed football league. Seriously, who loses money on football, yet somehow his followers still buy into the myth of Trump the genius businessman? He's about as self-made as the guy who gets eliminated from a reality show in the first round, but still insists he won.
Trump had an audience for what turned out to be a historic speech. No president in the history of this country has ever taken a weirder drink of water than this. Is that one of the side effects of hydroxy? I mean, what is up with his hand? Did he hurt it holding the Bible upside down? Let's look at that again, because there's clearly something going on. It's weak. And this is not the first time we've seen this. This clip's from November of 2017. You can see here, he managed to open the water bottle, but then he needed 2 hands to drink it. And then next month, this happened again. He's what is he doing? He's like a witch sipping out of a goblet full of toadstools or something.
And speaking of reality TV, remember how Trump built his whole brand on firing people? Now, the guy can't even hold on to a halfway decent legal team. Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, his own accountants, they've all jumped ship, realizing that defending Trump is like playing Jenga with dynamite. But here's the kicker. Trump's ego is so fragile, it's almost laughable. A man who was president for 4 years, and he's still obsessed with crowd sizes and Twitter insults. He even tried to make his own social media platform because, well, he got banned from everything else. It's like the guy who gets kicked out of every bar in town and opens his own just so he can keep drinking. And let's not even talk about his whole Law and Order shtick. This is the same guy who paid hush money to an adult film star, got sued for fraud, and incited a mob to storm the Capitol. It's like the Joker running for mayor on a no-crime platform.
If Donald Trump wins, have you thought about the possibility he might use the power of the federal government against you personally?
Yeah, I have, but I'm comforted in the fact that he's coming after you first.
That makes you feel better?
Yeah. You know that theory about you don't have to be faster than the bear, you just have to be faster than the one kid? You're that one kid, pal.
I'm the kid. Yeah. I'm the slow boy. Yeah. Trump is a big fan of yours. I don't know if you've seen this, but he posted in July. So now fake movie actor George Clooney,
yeah,
he doesn't know that movies are fake, does he?
I don't think so.
who never
Hannibal
came
Lecter
close
is guy.
to making a great movie, is getting into the act. He's turned on Crooked Joe like the rats they both are.
In the end, Trump's entire career has been one big con, and the walls are closing in. The lawsuits, the charges, the investigations, they're piling up, and sooner or later, even Trump won't be able to lie his way out of it. And when that day comes, we all know what he'll do: blame everyone but himself. So here's the good news. Every day, more people are waking up to the fact that Trump built a house of cards, and that house is finally collapsing. It's about time. And there you have it. George Clooney and Jimmy Kimmel roasted Trump so hard, you could practically smell the burnt spray tan. If you love seeing Hollywood and late night legends team up for a Trump takedown, like and subscribe for more.